Guys, my name is Victor. And today I'm here to show you my research that I've been doing on how the U.S. has been shamed. And if for those wondering, this is just my opinion. So if you don't agree, it's okay. That's why it's called an opinion. So to jump in before I start, the title is called "How the U.S. Has Shamed Me." And yeah, so to summarize that article, I selected this article because I wanted to learn more about it and the topic intrigued me. And when I found out that, I was interested, like, what do you mean by shame? And it's pretty sad in what's in the text. So, there's been a lot of discrimination going on because we Hispanics might not, we might have an accent when we speak English, or we might not be able to speak English, or we might have no education. And I feel like that's discrimination, that's terrible, and that shouldn't be thing. I feel like the US doesn't treat the Spanish language, the Spanish culture how it deserves to be treated. And to get started, for example, an article, a dude walked in and the manager said, "Oh, get the fuck out of my country," which is there could have been better ways to handle that. I don't think you just walk up to a customer just because you can't speak English and tell them to get out of our country. You could have had somebody translate that for you in the store. You could have one of your coworkers translated it for you, but you decided to choose, the disrespectful way and the most childish way and to say that, which is not okay. And then there's another example in the article that, this girl, she's very ashamed of her family because her family doesn't, can't speak English besides her. So when her dad tries to speak English, she's like making fun, saying, "Oh, you're shaming me," and all that stuff, which isn't okay. I feel like that's terrible. And even her father was like, in español, ¿por qué tú estás haciendo eso tuyo? And then, she's like, "Oh, you can't speak English, you're embarrassing me. That's why you're a deadbeat." And it's like, you're calling your father a deadbeat because he can't speak English, even though he's trying his best to provide for you and your mom. But that's how bad it's gotten. People are being, they're ashamed just to even be acknowledged by their parents because they can't speak English. I feel like to some, and this is not my what I believe. I believe that that the U.S. isn't teaching it properly. If for example we go to the schools, in schools, they're not teaching in Spanish, right? They just give us a worksheet, and they're like, oh, there you go. Now just read it in Spanish. That's not teaching Spanish. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's very disrespectful because there's a lot of people, us Hispanics, we just want to learn the language, we just want to be a part of this country, but sometimes we feel like we're being like neglected, we're being, we're discriminated because we can't be a part of this, because we can't speak a simple language called English. And, to conclude what I'm saying, you know, it's been seen, it's been happening a lot and recently in the last 15 years when it really started deeply, affecting us. And, it's been deeply just because we can't perfect the English language. It's been affecting people's heritage. People are being, ashamed of the family, and that's pretty terrible. And I believe that the US should really treat the Hispanic language with more care because as it all we're all human beings, so I feel like we all deserve that respect, and that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoy this, and just to say this again, it's my opinion, so if you don't agree, that's fine. That's the beauty of an opinion. We all have different opinions. Thank you.